Hi guys, just doing a quick review on Fast and Furious. And since it's a 20-year-old movie, spoilers, yeah. So yeah, out of the Fast and Furious movies, this is like ranked fifth, sixth place for me, around there. Yeah, because my favorite's always been Fast Five. Yeah, that just has the best cast. I mean, it's one of the best heist movies I've ever seen. It's just a perfect movie. But when it comes to the real Fast and Furious movies, like the true, how Fast and Furious should be, when it was mainly about cars. I guess Too Fast, Too Furious is the best one in that area, and that's like my second favorite. But yeah, let's just talk about this movie. So yeah, this was a good start to the franchise, and it kind of introduced a lot of the core characters, I guess, because they do add characters later on. I mean, I guess Tyrese would be like the one who makes the franchise more lively. In Too Fast, Too Furious, because that's when they add him. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna talk about the ones in this movie, and I guess the plot, because I guess Brian O'Connor, played by Paul Walker, the late Paul Walker, rest in peace. He's basically like an undercover cop, and he's trying to get into Dom's good side and get more closer into the gang, I guess. Then there's Letty, played by Michelle Rodriguez. Like definitely one of my favorite characters she's played. Yeah. And then there's Miha. I think that's her name, right? Mia. Basically, Dom's sister, because Vin Diesel is Dom, which we all know that because you guys probably have watched his movies many times. I mean, out of all the movies, I wouldn't say this is the one that I've watched the least, but because when I'm rewatching the movies, I mainly go to Too Fast, Too Furious or Fast Five. I mean, six and seven would be like middle, and then this one, and then the ones that I've probably watched only once or twice are like four, eight, those ones. And there was a time where I didn't really like Tokyo Drift, but that's just aged so well. It's just a lot better now these days. Yeah. Since 2019, 18, I started to like that movie a lot more now. Because the movies have got a lot crazy now. But yeah. So yeah, back to the first movie. So yeah, like I was saying, Brian O'Connor is an undercover cop trying to get inside to Dom's gang, but then there's like one guy, Vince, who just knows that, O'Connor is an undercover cop, basically. Yeah. Yeah, he can just like tell. So that's why he never really has, every time he sees Brian O'Connor, well, Brian kind of goes with like a fake name, so they don't find out anything. But eventually, I guess Jesse's the one who kind of, because he basically goes through like his record and everything, even like when he served time for like 2 years. He basically learns. Well, Vin Diesel kind of gets that information from Jesse, one of his crew members. Yeah, because he's really good with cars. He knows like how cars work and everything, and can get information like that. But yeah, basically, because he starts off as like a just a little someone helping a mechanic, but that mechanic's also an undercover cop. But Brian O'Connor's trying to get way deeper in. Yeah, because the mechanic's like friends with Dom. But yeah, Brian is the one who needs to get more further into Dom's crew. But I guess Vince at the beginning of the movie is the obstacle. But once Dom starts to trust Brian O'Connor's character, that's when Vince gets pushed aside. But then they introduce this triad gang, which I guess become the actual threat of the movie. And things don't really go like really bad until I guess because is it when because basically the first race, the races like these were the best things about the earlier movies, the races, like the moment with Jowl and everyone, yeah, and that classic scene with Dom and Brian when they're racing, and then at the end when he says, "Dude, I almost had you, you never had me," yeah, classic scene. I always love seeing that scene. It's just so nostalgic. Just all the music as well. Keep rolling, 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 which used to be in all the games. That song. Yeah, just all the songs that you get to hear. You truly feel like you're in the 2000s again. Yeah. But yeah, after that scene, the cops come, they need to get away. Brian kind of helps him get away and gains his trust because the others just left him. I mean, he didn't really have a choice because there was so many cops, but Brian's trying to get into his good side, so yeah. And then the triad guys, that's when they first meet him, and they destroy, I guess, Brian's car, which the cops made for him for his undercover operation. So he needs to get like a new car afterwards. So he does basically build a new one from Dom's help. Then it's like a moment where it seems like I didn't really talk much about I forgot something because Mia and I guess Brian kind of have like a little thing together. I mean, they do get close and I guess make out and stuff, but yeah. Low. Because the movie kind of starts with them anyway, with him, because like I guess Dom has like a little sandwich business like as well, apart from what he does with his cars and hijacking vans and stuff, because that's like the inner circle stuff, what Vince and the others are a part of, Letty and all them. But Brian eventually gets closer to getting a part of that, but then things take a turn for the worse where Dom suspects that Brian's a cop and stuff, so yeah. Because I guess Vince kind of gets to a point where he makes him look like yeah, he's definitely a cop, but then I guess they go for a ride and stuff to prove that he's not a cop and stuff. And then where do we go to now? I guess I could go to the Waste Wars moment. Yeah, when I think it's around the time where he's trying to still trust him and he needs to earn the money back for him for spending on that, new ride that he made for him. So they go to Waste Wars. In Waste Wars, we do see Letty waste someone who thinks he's all that but gets smoked. But then when Jesse races, he's basically wasting one of the triad people. Because basically earlier on, Brian O'Connor busted him in front of his family, like a part of his, stuff in his house. So his whole, like his father and everyone, kind of seen everything. And yeah, I guess the father wasn't happy about that when he slaps him and stuff. So he basically, the triad guy goes to Waste Walls to get revenge, I guess. He basically races against Jesse. Jesse gets, smoked because his car's way better. And then Jesse tries to get away from him as well. And then later on, the triad guy comes back with his gun and, basically shoots everyone. And Jesse gets killed. Yeah. And there's like a scene before that where, they're trying to hijack the vans again. But then, it goes terribly wrong and Vince gets in danger. But then Brian O'Connor comes and helps because Letty and everyone are just having a hard time saving him. But, Brian comes and saves him. And I guess, because, since Vince are so dire, this is the moment where everyone finds out that Brian's a cop. Because Mia's the one who finds out first. Yeah, because of the intel that he gets with what's happening and how badly things could go. And then in the moment when Vince is bleeding out, that's when, he has to reveal that he's a cop and, calls the radio for ambulance. And then, you could just see how mad Dom is, right? Because Dom trusted him so much. Like, he truly believed in him. But then, in that moment, he kind of finds out that, damn, he's a cop this whole time. And then, in this moment, he can't get too mad because his longtime friend Vince is dying. So, he just has to go with it, really. And then afterwards, everyone just leaves, when Vince is in a helicopter and stuff. But then, Brian still follows them, and then, that's when, Vin Diesel's character, Dom, just gets a shotgun ready to shoot him. But then, that's when the triad thing happens, and they kill Jesse. And then, Dom and Brian go after them, take them out. I guess, I don't know if in this moment that Dom's trying to get away from Brian, but then Dom gets hurt. The cops are coming, but, Brian gives him his 10-second car because they kind of made a joke about that earlier. Yeah, the 10-second car thing. Yeah. And that's basically how the movie ends. But yeah, for the first Fast and Furious movie, it's pretty good. It definitely gets better, especially from Too Fast, Too Furious, but yeah. Because that's my second favourite. And for a lot of people, that's the best one, and I don't blame them. It's just that Fast 5 does so much that, is really entertaining that that's just still my favourite. Yeah. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed my review. I'll probably review Too Fast, Too Furious tomorrow. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
One look, the heat is rising, and I've been cold for so long.